or?
We're live. We're live.
Oh, okay.
Stop. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the D-Runk podcast. This Friday night, we are discussing American Gods, episode 2.
Dose.
Oh, I want to get this.
How about the B-Runk?
I want to get this out of the
D-Runk
way now.
podcast.
This episode of the podcast is brought to you by Smirnoff. So.
Really? We have
money for that?
Yeah. Where's our cash?
I didn't tell you guys.
I'm coming over there to get my nickel.
Yeah. So tonight, episode 2, we got to get it out because episode 3 is on Sunday. So we got to stay on top of things because we're overachievers. That's why
it's called the B Plus podcast.
That's why it's called the B Plus
podcast. Really good or really bad.
Yeah, we could go either way. So
yeah.
Right in the middle. Good. So you want me to start? What are we doing here?
I'll start us off.
All right, do it up.
All right, the American Gods have returned for another oddball episode.
Oh, no.
As intense as it was.
The Secret of the Spoons.
You know what? I already like the name better than the first one. And we leave Laura's grave, and then we kind of like strike out into the heartland, and they're making their way to Chicago, and we're going to meet some ancient impoverished gods.
We gotta start with the beginning.
Shadow finds his wife's belongings. Yeah. No. Oh,
Mr. Nancy.
That one. I thought we did that last like we did last time. Okay.
Oh yeah, the Coming to America. Yep.
Coming to America, we had another old god who normally takes the form of a spider. And I guess this scene was supposed to rival the Viking scene or be just yet another tale of coming to America. And this time we have, what's the god's name?
Mr. Nancy.
Yeah, no, that's Mr.
Nancy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Played by Orlando Jones, who I was just watching Sleepy Hollow, and that got canceled.
How is he?
He's good. I mean, he's Orlando Jones everywhere he is.
When I saw him, I was pumped up.
Yeah, how is Orlando Jones in the role he's going to be in? Probably all right, but to say something like that is like, well, how is Samuel L. Jackson? He's like Samuel L. Jackson and everything that he's in. Yeah,
True.
I can give a point to Lawrence Fishburne if we're going to keep going up in this direction because he was Morpheus. All right, so there's a slave rebellion on a ship voyaging from Africa to the New World, and it's a kind of a neat scene because this god isn't pinned to the chronology of the time the way you think that they're supposed to be, and he shows up with this power of knowing the time or the future or stories, and he speaks words that instill fear into the inhabitants on the bottom of the ship on the way to America, and savagery kind of just insinues, and we see the ship in flames.
Yeah, I know everybody loves the end and the end tail of this episode. I love this part. This is my favorite part of the episode. I think it's so cool how they use this guy that knows. Well, do we know that like he knows what's going to happen?
No, we don't. He shows up and does his thing.
Well, he does. He knows what's going to happen to like
slavery.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He like goes on a whole rant. It's crazy.
In 100 years this, and 100 years that, 100 years.
Yeah, and it's intense. To be honest,
gives them more information.
It's really intense.
Tells them to go upstairs, kill everyone, burn the ships, and they say,
"Yeah,
but we're gonna die." Then he goes, "You guys are already dead."
Yeah, you guys are gonna die anyway. So, and I mean, power to them for just shitting on the slavers.
Yeah,
that was cool to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was. I loved it. That part I wasn't in the book. And I thought it was really, really, really cool. So that was the best for me. But now, Nathan, we can go into Shadow.
Shadow finds his wife's belongings on the bed. There's the fucking name. Oh, I can't do it, man. I don't know how I'm going to do any episodes calling this guy Shadow. Shadow finds his wife's belongings in a bag on the bed. He didn't want to open it up, but he did. And he found a phone, and they were sexting each other. So it once again proved more evidence of her infidelity.
What a big dick!
It doesn't. Yeah, okay, I'll get to that in a second. Although that's a little juvenile, kind of like I get this. This is the Flash part where I'm just like, I'm not impressed. Frankly, I'm not impressed. Meh. And like the part that I didn't understand, I'm like, so you're with this person behind people's back. and like you're pulling this off somehow, and no one's the wiser. Wouldn't you be texting things back and forth? I'm like, oh my God, he's getting out early, and like, what are we gonna do? Rather than like sexting each other. And at this point, wouldn't sexting been like over as far as like as long as their relationships is going on already? I don't know. This is what I do. I poke holes and stuff.
What does he see on the counter?
Poke holes. No pun Nintendo. Huh?
What's he see on the counter? That's a big dick.
What do you mean? It was on like the dresser or the counter. I think
He looks at the thing.
wife's bedroom.
He sees the
There's a frame, and replaced of the picture that would be in that frame would just be the same thing he saw before. It's like
it's a big dick.
And at first I'm like, oh, I see what you're gonna do here. I see what you did right, chair. And then after a while I'm like, okay, I get it. Can we move on?
This
please?
episode has the most dick I've ever seen. Well, I haven't.
Hey,
there was a lot of
easy
dick.
there, guy.
There's 3 times.
Honestly, I wasn't counting because I had 0 fucks to give.
I was warning people. I'm like, dude, get ready.
Yeah, here it comes.
I think at this point, this part of Shadow's story is still pretty boring. So I'm just like, oh, here we go, more horse shit. And then we learned that they're going to start taking this trip, and they're going to hit the road. And I think putting the weird hat on Odin was like demasculating, but he's a god. So like de-deating, I don't know how you want to even say this stuff. He sends them on an errand to go shopping. I guess he already knew the people, or the old gods he was going to visit, and he knew that he wanted to give them gifts. So he gives Shadow a list to pick up certain very specific items. I actually tried 3 times since I was watching. I think maybe on Comcast to pause so I can just look at the list. I like doing stuff like that. And while he's there, he's moving through this nameless department store, and Lucy from I Love Lucy starts talking to him on the TV. And to my delight, it was Gillian Anderson from, like X-Files, and for me, recently Hannibal.
That's awesome.
And she looks a lot like Lucy. I think you guys were talking about it, like maybe 1 or 2 of you didn't even know it was her.
I didn't.
And she kind of tries to tell him that if he's going to stay on this path that he's going on, and she's seen other people take this maybe with Mr. Wednesday or Odin before, he's going to be an #1 candidate for suicide. And he just gets more confused, than anything else, and he ends up going back to Mr. Wednesday and being like, I think the TV was just talking to me, and he's like, listen, you might be going crazy, you might want to even consider that these things are happening around you, but maybe it's going to pay off that like going a little mad. You know what I mean?
The world is crazy. That's what he says to him. The world is crazy.
I'm doing my best to like not just jump into getting to Chicago in the dinner. Do you want to talk about anything else before that part kind of starts?
Well, I thought it was really cool in the book too. This part is a little different. He's sitting in a hotel room when the TV just pops on, and Lucy starts talking to him, and it was just really cool. It's just I like I said on yesterday's podcast, when I heard about the book, I thought it was going to be this. Like the gods were going to be credit cards and just the worship of these things. I never thought it was going to be physical manifestations of these gods. So I really like seeing that, especially when it was, written, like TV's huge. TV's bigger now than it was probably when the book was made with Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff. So I really like
about TV or media. She is media. Is from golden age to golden age. So this is what that means. And I kind of said this before. I don't remember if I've ever did it around us. There was a golden age of television that had come and passed. We are currently, there was a golden age for movies, actually. Golden age for film and movies that came and passed. And the golden age of television is now. And it exists in that, we're living in it. We're living in the golden age of television as it exists right now. And this is like basically saying, hey, all this stuff is very, very, very good, and maybe we'll look back on this in the future and say this is probably the best it ever was going to be, or this was this explosion point where we're going to all move forward from. And being an avid television watcher or series watcher, whatever you want to, however you want to term that, some of this stuff that's coming out now is like, it wouldn't have come out unless I think some boundaries have been pushed, and there was the right things around at the right time to compete with each other. So
yeah, I think that that line where I'm the god that people sacrifice their time and attention to.
Mhm.
God damn, man! And like so many people are
And you're
suffering.
doing it right while you watch the show.
Yeah, we're
You're
actively
doing
Right.
that very same worshiping.
Absolutely,
Watch it.
absolutely. I mean, but some people, that's why like we started doing this podcast, or I started writing or doing whatever, was to stop that time from the video games and all that. So it just hit a little bit of home with me. I really like this, how that played out, and I liked it in the book, and I like it in the series as well. So next we go to the diner. He gets back to the diner.
Oh, that's what I mentioned last night. When he was leaving the diner, the guy's glasses flashed red, and I'm like, oh, that's Jin. That was when that scene happened, not in the first episode.
Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because like I already had like all right, we're using gods, devils, demons, deities, leprechauns, and all kinds of different stuff. And I'm like, the red's gonna mean that like this guy.
Well, that he was Indian too, so I mean,
that helps. It really does.
You infer a little bit.
Is Jin not genie?
It's like an evil genie. How about that?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because last night you guys were saying demon, and I was all confused. I'm like, God damn, man.
Oh yeah, well,
the book, and I thought it was like
kind of like what an evil genie would be. He'd be a demon first and foremost, and then he'd take the name of like I'm a genie.
I'm
here to help. Want some wishes? I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah. So, well, I guess we'll just go right into it, right?
Chicago, are we ready for it?
Chi-Town. Not missing anything, are we?
No. Well, there's one or two things, but I can wrap it up right at the end. Chicago is where the meat and potatoes, no pun intended, like the meat will be tough and the potatoes will be soft. I'm not a good cook. We figure out where we're supposed to actually go to, and that's to get his hammer, and that's when we're introduced to the character Chernobog, and it's played rather like brilliantly by Peter Stormare, and like he was an actor I was already familiar with. Last thing I watched him in where he was excellent was Fargo, and
what was he in Fargo? The first season?
Well, I'm on season 3, and he's not in that.
There's season 3.
Yeah, I'm currently watching season 3. It's awesome.
Holy shit!
But seasons 1 and 2 were both really, really strong.
Yeah, I only saw 1, and it was amazing.
Well, wait. Before we get into that, he's playing this character kind of like intriguingly, like he chain smokes, as Patrick mentioned.
Yeah.
Chain smoker. But he's also intimidating. He's a chain smoker. The whole I wanted to say this. The Chicago apartment feels like it was like taken from a complete other time. Like right down, it feels like a little bit older than it would have existed in the time frame that they're all in, because everything like from the wallpaper to like the photographs, like which are probably black and white, I think, and like the walls, like it's really like old. You know what I mean? Maybe it has like some sense of like age or dust, drama. I guess he's there with these Guardians of the Galaxy, and I'll get into what they're supposed to do. They're all like
do that because I read it when I was reading the book, and I thought it was really cool. Yeah, I didn't know
they did. Just before you get into it, when he's he asked to use the restroom, Shadow does at one point, and one of the ways you're able to tell who these people are, because you see them and you're like, okay, well, there's 3 old ladies. Wotan came down here. There's obviously there's some kind of reason, but he walks by a painting as he goes to the bathroom that has constellations, and I believe that they're what indicates what gods, because there's like a bear constellation, and there's significance in that, and that's one of the cool things as the show goes on. Like they don't kind of leave you, at least in this episode, in the total dark as to what's going on. If you're paying attention to some of the scenery, you could say, oh, there's these constellations, because I believe
I missed that. They
coincide with like what he's dealing with while he's there, or who he's dealing with, I guess. So
yeah,
something to think about.
We didn't get to meet all of them, did we?
No, there's one, and it's funny because I'm going to tell you now. Like in the book, I thought she was going to be. Well, we'll see, probably Sunday night, but she's portrayed to me as like a really good-looking girl. So I don't know if she's young.
Yeah, she's supposed to be the youngest sister of the 3, and I mean you can kind of tell that from hearing her when she asks, "Is everything okay?" in the episode. She sounds young,
Yeah, you're right.
Well, she would be the younger one. The morning, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So one sister would be translated to the evening star, one the morning star, and one the midnight star. And basically, like I made a joke, like calling them like the Guardians of the Galaxy. He lives there with them. They're like, you can call them maybe like the Zoria sisters. They're like guardian goddesses who watch over the earth, and they protect it from like a hound, which is chained to a Polaris in the constellation Ursa Minor. So
so fucking awesome.
if you were to like set this beast free, it would devour the constellation, and the universe would like basically come to an end. So we meet the evening star, we meet the midnight star, but we never meet the morning star because they keep saying that don't wake her up. You know, she's sleeping. Like leave her alone. Like there even like little nuances like watch the tone of your voice. You're gonna wake her up. Things like that. So.
Well, one like didn't open the gates for someone, and then went out, and then the other when he came back. I'm not sure if it was Odin or who it is in the mythos, but then he would come back, and then the other sister would close the gate to fend off this hound.
Samargal is the hound's name.
And do we know who they let out?
What is that? Oh, look, Samargal's the one they have to keep from devouring everything.
Right.
Oh, well, I just realized this. He was in Fargo the movie. I'm sorry, not the series. Fargo 1996. He was like one of the two.
I never saw that either.
Involved in the original story. Okay, so I fixed that.
Yeah, I can't find what I was looking for.
Don't worry about it. We see very little of the Morning Star, but Wednesday seems to be kind of like into the which one? The Evening Star, and even though she's irritated with his presence, she kind of just accepts that he'll be there and lets her know that he can stay for dinner. And then Chornabog, like the whole time, is get him out of my house. He wants some God. He doesn't even want him there. And Wednesday's trying to like appeal to him, being like, once we're all back together, everyone's together, I was never with you. And like he would say, they're gonna want to think that their version of strong is strong, but you won't be there to show them what strong really is. And like, I guess he's getting to him on some. Like, he gives him wheel cheese, and he gives him some cigarettes. To which he
I have the Wikipedia here.
Go for
it. Because it's bothering me. So sorry.
Go for it. Hey,
they guard watch over the winged doomsday hound Samargal.
Yeah.
Samargal, who is chained to the star Polaris in the constellation Ursa Minor.
Yep. Yes.
The little bear. If the chain ever breaks, the hound will devour the constellation. The universe will end. The Zorja represent the morning star and the evening star. The Zorja serve the sun god Dazbog, who in some myths is described as their father. The morning star opens the gate to his palace every morning for the sun's chariot's departure. At dusk, the evening star closes the palace gates once more after his return. The home of the Zorja was sometimes said to be on Buyan, an oceanic island paradise where the sun dwelt along with with his attendants, the northwest and east winds. So yeah, so that's where I got that from.
Yeah,
I wasn't totally crazy. I was like, maybe I'm talking about the wrong thing.
No, you were good, and I think you even said it right. It's Samargal, so that's the name of the hound, the beast.
Yeah. So continue. Sorry, I had to get that out.
Sure. Hey, it's fine. I would do the same thing. Chornabog is the counterpart of Belobog, his brother. So if one's supposed to be dark, the other one's supposed to be light. So Chornabog is a Slavic deity whose name pretty much translates straight to Black God. And I think that we maybe will see Belobog at some point. He talked about his brother. I don't know if he's even fond of his brother, but he did talk about him. And she did let everyone know how they're all family. Did you say Votan or Wotan? Votan. Odin. That's all the different ways you can say Odin, but it all comes from. He called them what it translated with the closed captions as like Woden or Votan. Votan. It sounds like
Wotan is like we said it on the first episode. It's like the Germanic way to pronounce it.
Woden or
Wotan
is the Anglo-Saxon West Germanic tradition.
Yeah.
The Norse deity Odin, and sometimes it gets like by error transcribed as Votan. So I don't know. I thought it's funny. It's pretty cool. Where were we? We're still in the apartment. And this is the part of the show to me that starts to get like this is okay. Now I'm interested. This is interesting. he's collecting or trying to get a group together of old gods for a reason that we don't know. He has his own reasons, and this one's very reluctant to even want to join. At some certain point, he was getting ready to leave, and he got him to say something like, "Well, the meat's being cooked, dinner's almost ready. You will stay, and if you want to leave after that, I'll hold the door open." And then,
yeah, because he's trying to get Odin's trying to get him
Recruited.
to sign up. Yeah, and he won't.
Yeah.
So he's telling him to bugger off.
I mean, he won't, but to a certain degree, he starts to be like, like you think that maybe he's coming around. But before anything else that could happen, they have a dinner. People like their food or they don't like their food. Wednesday thinks it's fantastic. They got the bottle of vodka that he had brought over, and they showed you scenes of just like close-ups on food and overly like pouring like glasses and shot glasses.
What vodka was he drinking? Absolute.
I forget. He picked it up in the same store where he ran into Gillian Anderson's Lucy. Let's just say it was like Kettle One or something like that. He just grabbed the fit.
I just want to say that we did see 3 dicks and Lucy didn't reveal anything, even though
Patrick, she didn't reveal what.
How
would you like to see Lucy's?
Her tits.
There you go.
I mean, it was one of the funniest parts in that whole scene.
It was funny.
Yeah, she said that, but then she was pretty much done, and the TVs came back on.
That's how it is in the book too.
All the TVs came back on, and he unplugged an HDMI on one of them, so I don't know how it's coming back on.
He was that part was weird. I mean, what I don't understand about that is like, how many people? I mean, I don't think it's a stretch to think that most people would go, if you pull the HDMI out of one TV, it's not going to unplug 6 different TVs. Yeah. So why did whoever was filming that, didn't somebody go like, hey, just pull the power cable or something. It'll probably be that much more convincing.
And this is the problem with having a podcast with 3 nerds on it.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just said, I was like, that's
butthurt over that one aspect.
I was going to shut off one, not them all.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you continue, but I'm just pumped. See, I guess maybe with reading it, I don't know, but like, I'm okay, and I'm the guy that hates The Walking Dead because it's literally The Walking without the dead, just The Walking. But
or the talking.
But because of, I guess, where I am like in the book, and I just want to see, like, that's why I loved episode 1. I loved episode 2, was because I'm seeing something that I read and that I had a picture in my mind, and now I'm seeing how it comes together. So like, I'm all right for a couple, like even like the next episode. Well, they do. There's a part in the book where they go and meet another guy, and they go on like a carousel and stuff. But like, there's like this whole house of magic and shit. But I'm like excited just to see that. Like, I don't need like the action yet. I'm just really excited to see just the introduction of these gods and the recruitment. Like, I'm okay with them going on Sunday and recruiting another one, or seeing how they live and seeing that. I don't know how you guys feel on that, but like, I don't know. I'm all right with that, which usually I'm not. Usually I'm, like, let's get something done here, which I mean, they are, but it's just, recruiting.
I like this episode more than the season premiere a lot. I mean, now that we're into this mythology part of the show and it's more heavy laden, and yeah, that's great. Okay. We can get into this. This is cool. But again, I think Peter Stormare's Chernobog just really stole the show on this.
You say Chernobog?
Yeah.
So like it has
not Bellabog.
Not Bog.
I Love Lucy was awesome. That was really, really cool. And the opening, you're right. It was cool.
Yes.
To be able to see how'd you pronounce it? Anansi?
It's like Anansi.
Anansi. All right.
Yeah.
We'll get this
like
down.
ANNANSI or something. ANANSI.
Hey, wait. Yeah. Let's not skip over the checker scene.
Right? No, we're not going to skip over anything. That's me.
Oh, yeah.
That's me. See what happens when I drink Smirnoff? Too many sidebars. Just shut up.
That's why I'm here. Keep us on tracks.
Yeah. So, they come in and you see Wednesday and Chernobog?
Yeah.
Okay. Arguing because he's saying that he wants, to recruit him, and he says he's not going, get him the hell out of here. And that's when this checkers scene goes. So I'll let you talk because you love this.
Yeah. And remind the listeners that like Odin originally was like, yeah, we have to go get my hammer. he's referring to Chernobog. So he's obviously used this dude as some kind of resource or weapon or whatever. So
Yeah.
Oh
because
my god.
I mean, like Thor, typically, like when you
hear his hammer, you're like, oh, it's Thor's.
yeah, Thor has a hammer. Odin really didn't have a hammer, I don't think, and
no, his thing was lightning. So
yeah, so he's talking about Chernobog.
Is
so
Odin
he's
his
gonna put
father?
there. Chernobog's?
No, Thor.
Yeah,
yeah,
more or less.
if you want to say like depending on who the mother is, then like he's the father of what would be both like, Loki and Thor.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so over dinner, Chernobog describes his work in the slaughterhouse, and he describes how
Another great scene.
he became like excellent at the art of killing with the sledgehammer, and later on when it was replaced by a machine that like anybody with a thumb could be able to use, he then has a couple different back and forths with Shadow, and he challenges him to a game of high stakes, like poker, if you will, but it's checkers. And if Shadow wins, Chernobog will come with them, and Wednesday will, and he'll help them whatever they want to do, whatever Wednesday, wants to be able to cook up as far as the plan goes. But if he loses, Chernobog gets to kill him at dawn because he says, yeah, it's best to kill the meat at dawn when it's been fed and the most relaxed. And the whole point of him being able to be an expert with a sledgehammer would be so that you never let the cow or the brain let the rest of the body know that it's about to be in pain or killed or in some type of distress, because it changes the taste of the meat. And then they play checkers, and I noticed this really quick. He tells Shadow that he drew first blood, and he goes, "The game's over." And Shadow's is like, "No," but like naturally, he's not going to win this game at all. And then Chernobog says, "A shame." And he's having another cigarette, and then he's like, "You're my only black friend."
Yeah.
And we know something has to happen next episode, and we know they're not going to get rid of their like central protagonist that quick. But this is going to continue on forward. And when they were driving, he had a dandelion, Mr. Wednesday, or Odin had a dandelion, and he sent it up in the air and started to create some type of static and electricity. I did notice really quickly at the end, and it could have been like for that dramatic effect or not, when Shadow realized, like, oh my God, well, he's just going to crush my skull with a sledgehammer. There was a little bit of lightning outside, so that might have to do with him getting away or not. But I think his control, Mr. Wednesday, Odin's control over the weather and lightning is going to definitely come to their aid, maybe more than once in the series. And awesome. That was basically the end of it. I mean, I can definitely go back into how having I Love Lucy there with Gillian Anderson just totally awesome as media.
No, we gotta go all the way back to Billiquist.
Oh no! I was skipping Billiquist on purpose. This is gonna be terrible. I can't stand it.
Real quick.
They did the same thing again. They just did the same exact thing again. Like you did it in the first episode. You're doing it in the second episode.
Listen, I will just listen. This is all we'll do. We'll read the Wikipedia. Ready? Billiquist goes out on numerous dates, consuming men and women with her vagina as she rejuvenates and refreshes herself with her willing self-sacrifices. In spite of the worship she receives, she is unhappy. She visits an exhibit of antiques, passing by a statue of herself as the Queen of Sheba. She sees her body jewelry laid out in a glass case, and an image forms under the red velvet as if someone were wearing it. That's it. That's all. That's it. So we don't make you upset until something gets more into the plot.
Wow. She just does the same thing over and over again. That's going to be it. It's always a red tinge or tint to it, and this time, there was jewelry, and I guess a form was supposed to be put. It's just like that stupid shock value stuff over and over again. There's no surprise to it.
It's not like South Park, right? Where if she devours someone with her vagina, she poops out her mouth, right?
I can't remember that stuff. I miss South Park. I really miss watching it. That stuff is properly funny. It really is. But I mean, after the first time with her scene that people seem to, or anybody besides myself, liked in the first episode, to do this again makes it not nearly as powerful. If you were to even think of it as something that's powerful. So after a while, it's just gonna become something that's so mind-numbingly boring that I'll have to bash my skull off this keyboard right here to be able to keep myself awake.
Not a Billiquist fan.
Not a Billiquist fan. No, he's not. He doesn't like my run bet.
You're gonna come around. You'll come around.
I don't know. I might just hope that she gets killed like at every other turn, and of course she won't, because That's how things like that.
She's
She's not going anywhere.
But like, let's talk about the checker seed for a second. I want to
Sure.
diverge into the
Top.
checker seed. So
I like the
checker
cigarette
scene.
kept hitting the checkers.
Yeah, like first of all, I mean, this guy's crazy. Like the Chernobog's crazy. Obviously,
Yeah,
he's not a nice dude, and he challenges Shadow to checkers, and this is a god who's been around since who knows when. So, Shadow just agrees to it, and he goes. And before this, of course, the guy goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna smash your head in if you lose," and he's okay with it.
He was oddly okay with that. It's
It
like,
was
well,
so
if the
funny.
TV's going to talk to me, and I was in jail, and this happens to me, well, F it. I'll play checkers and lose.
Yeah.
I think he thought he was going to win, but we're just like, there's no way this guy who's mastered the art of killing with a sledgehammer and loves checkers isn't going to best you in checkers.
Yeah,
It's like-
and he even asked him. He goes, I'm pretty sure he asked him. At one point, he goes, "Yeah, I was in jail, so I played a lot of checkers. I guess that's what you do in jail."
I think he was trying to tell him, oh, you were in jail, so you must have played a lot of chess. Checkers is more this or that. You know what I mean? Like, so even if he was in jail and he played lots of chess, maybe he should have been like, I'm getting better at checkers.
And then, of course, like he gets totally smoked in checkers, and I mean, I realize that's kind of like a, it kind of continues the whole plot of the.
Did Chernobog play
show,
the black checkers because he was the black god?
Yeah, he said he was going to play black, which was,
good.
I don't know. He's just.
And the color of the other checkers weren't exactly white. They would have been like the color of checkers that maybe his brother would have to play, Belbog.
Yeah.
So the cigarettes, so many cigarettes.
When he drops it,
he plays this character that like he's trying to make him disgusting or grotesque just by smoking constantly.
Yeah.
But it works. It really works. He was great in this. I look forward to seeing his performances and his character performances from Peter Stormare and Chernobog more in the future. Absolutely. And the teaser to whatever's going to happen next week showed us blatantly that nothing happened to the point where the main character is going to go anywhere. Like after episode 2.
yeah, I'm really hoping for, and this is like no spoiler or anything, but I'm really hoping for. There's like best way I could say it. This is not what it's called, but like they go to like a house of horrors or a house like an amusement house or something, and it was really I love that chapter in the book, so I'm hoping that they get there this season or sometime, or hopefully in the next episode. So we'll see. But anything else?
That's it. I think we hit it all.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I'm calling it. I'm gonna say it now. We're probably looking at Sunday. If you guys could get it done.
Sure.
If you are looking, we'll probably have this going on Sunday night. So look forward to that. In the meantime, hit that subscribe button.
Smash it.
So
Smash it.
Smash with a sledgehammer. How about that?
The sledgehammer.
Odin's hammer, Thor's hammer. What does Loki have? Nothing.
In comics, he has like a staff. Yeah.
A bow staff.
Maybe a dagger.
A bow staff. Who would win, Loki or Donatello?
Huh?
Dun, dun, dun. He has